right. Well, we just saw Across the Room as part of what's surely a really funny block of shorts. And we have the writer and the director. The writer is down below. That's, Matt Clifford. And the director is right next to me, Melinda Hensley. Uh, really fun film.
Thank you.
Watched it more than once. Made my lady friend, she actually watched it again with me. She's like, this is a good one. She's really, she's a tough customer. So you did really well. So I guess the obvious first question would be, Matt wrote it. So
Mhm.
how did you two come together to work on this together and make it?
Uh, well, we were both at work, and I was at my desk, and I had an idea, and Melinda and I had done some other shorts before, and so I immediately walked up to her and I said, I have kind of a weird idea for a short, and I explained it to her, and after I was done, she said, oh my God, I want to direct this.
Yeah.
So-
It literally, it was phrased as like, I have an idea. I think it might be really dumb, but you have to tell me if you hate it. And I was like, no, quite the opposite. I really, like, I hadn't heard anything that was quite, he initially was like, he's like, I want a conversation from across the room with looks and subtitles. And I want to figure out the best way to do that. And I was like, yes, that sounds great. I too want to figure out the best way to do that. And we went from there, just kind of broke it out together. And then I think you mentioned it, and within this, I think we had shot it within 2-3 months from like when you first approached me.
Mhm.
So yeah, we assembled the troops pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And what's great to hear is, I mean, the bad dates are really good bad dates. Nothing against the bad dates, but I see about 1,000 shorts a year at this point, and I've seen bad date shorts, but I've never seen that it's completely original and creative. The subtitles for the looks across the room.
Oh, well, thank you. I really
I
appreciate it.
think the short just takes off and is both just gets more delightful, more funny, and it takes it to just a really great place. So it's great to hear that was it wasn't where do we go with these bad dates. It was that was the germ of the idea.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that was all, yeah, that all initially came from Matt. And it was something like you said, just something different. And as a director, I feel like it was really going to challenge me. And so I wanted to take that on.
And so how was it to shoot? Was it easy for you a hilarious script might have been easy to cast, I guess.
Well, so absolutely, so much of the credit goes to our DP, Jordan McKittrick, who I've worked with before, who absolutely, so I didn't go to film school. I don't have, your formal training as a director. Like Jordan just speaks my language, and totally gets what I'm going for. And I appreciate him to no end for that. But another thing is, so much more credit also goes to our cast. All of them, but Carissa, who plays our redhead on one of the bad dates. All of them came from The Young and the Restless, where Matt and I used to work. We kind of approached our actors and said, hey, we've got a script, we've got an idea. Are you guys free on a Friday night? And they all very, very graciously said yes, and gave up their time, which was so lovely of them. And when it actually came down to shooting, the short's about 13 pages, and we were able to get it all done in about 4 hours. So that that again, all thanks to Jordan, all thanks to actors who are used to that flow and that pace and that kind of memorization, and we're just able to take it and run with it and build off of each other. And I, like I said, appreciate them to no end for that. So.
And you just you saw her laugh was my eyes when you said you got 13 pages done in 4 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Was it?
really impressive. She was so organized, and we were like, she had everything laid out. She knew exactly what she wanted. We knew we had to like start at 7 and be out hard out at 11. And she was just so focused and made it a great experience for everyone. We had a blast doing it. I mean, the cast was amazing. Everyone just really, we were so fortunate. Everyone just gelled, and you know, it's easy to lose track of time on set when you're just kind of bantering and you look at your watch and like, oh God, we're 30 minutes behind. But I mean, she kept us on schedule the whole time. It was so organized, and it was amazing. It was amazing to watch. It was a treat.
And I have a logistics question as for Melinda as the director.
Sure.
So when they were doing their subtitled looks across the room, was someone reading the line to them so they could really hone in on it?
Yes. So so the entirety of the crew was myself, our sound person, and Jordan. That was it, and our actors. So if you'll notice in the background of the short is Matt. So he helped us fill the background, but also when it came to doing that actual across the room, Matt and I read the lines across the room to each other, and they were able to react to that, to an actual verbal cue. And we played around a little with that. I definitely wanted to save, I wanted to allocate most of our time to filming that portion of it because I knew it was going to be something different. When we went through, we did a rehearsal of it the day before. We took about an hour and 15 minutes just to walk through everything really, really slowly to kind of get used to the room, to make sure everybody felt super comfortable. And then once we got to that portion, I was like, well, here are 2 different ways we could do it. We tried like a handful, just experimented that day during rehearsal, and it seemed like everybody kind of took to Matt and I reading it out loud. It just gave them something easier to react to, and more of it really helped with timing, I believe.
I would think so, and I'm sure it also, yeah, I'm sure it helped with everything because it just
Sure.
their looks are honestly could not be better.
Well, and that, I mean, both Carissa and Zach, so Carissa and Zach Tinker are just really lovely people, very, very expressive actors. They were 2 of the first people we thought of when kind of this came to mind, just because of, we've both worked with Carissa before in our other short that we've done called Apology, and we saw Zach on set all the time at Y&R, and just really, really loved his, like the way that he approached material.
And Matt, as the screenwriter, the transition of her talking the waiter into putting the two what do I call them, self-absorbed people together and have them not really notice that they have changed dates. That was obviously on the page.
Oh yeah, no, that was entirely scripted. Yeah, that was in the first draft of the script. I was like, you know, you can easily kind of put a bow on it with the 2 of them just, you know, clinking glasses at the end of the film. But I also was like, you know, I don't want to leave those 2 just hanging dry. I want to somehow resolve to happen with both couples.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just thought, you know, it's not so much realistic, but it's like, you know, it's a fun short film. I didn't write this to be realistic. I just had an idea, wanted to have fun with it, wanted the cast and crew to have fun, and I just thought it might be neat if these self-involved people just end up together and just have no idea. Like they're just oblivious.
Well, and that twist really, I think, hands down was what got a lot of the actors to definitely say yes. I know that was something that they all mentioned to us when we were either rehearsing or when they initially got the script. They were like, I love the ending because it feels, it's satisfying, but in in the same way that the subtitles are satisfying but different, this also was like the ending was also satisfying but different.
And I assume the waiter had the most fun.
Christian LeBlanc has the most fun regardless of what situation you put him in. Another reason why we definitely thought of him. He was hilarious. Those takes of like guiding and directing Tyler Johnson to the other table were wonderful. There were a couple moments where we had to just do another take because we started laughing behind the camera too close to the mic.
Well, and I assume it went so well on set. Was it really fun to edit?
Yeah. So our editor Ryan Hogue was really lovely and communicative with us. He had a great time. He was able to get. We gave him typically with all of the editors we work with, we give them 3 rounds of edits just to make sure, especially because we were doing things remotely. But Ryan was able to get what we wanted from pretty much from the get-go. Our edits after that were minor and just kind of icing on the cake. So the story was what mattered to us, and I feel like he hit a lot of good points and really made it shine in the edit.
Definitely, it flows beautifully. And Matt gave you classic 3-act structure with this one.
For sure.
Don't always get that in a short.
I really enjoy. That's one of the many things I really love about Matt's writing. Is it's structured, but not in a way that feels very apparent, like you're being guided through here to here to here. And the dialogue, I mean, I can always tell when it's Matt's script because I look at it and it basically, the script page itself looks like an eye. So you get your action, dialogue, which is quick and wonderful and always fun to play with, and then action. And that's, every time I see that, I know that it's something I'm going to have fun with as a director.
Excellent. Well, we're creeping up on almost 20 minutes, so I should... No, you just start talking about a fun film that you had fun making, and it goes fast. But do either of you or both of you take turns mentioning anyone who deserves a shout out at this point, someone that helped make it or contributed to it that didn't get mentioned yet?
Yeah, so I know that we mentioned our actors, editor, DP, our sound person Alex, who did a lovely job for us. Also, Maggiano's at the Grove. They allowed us to have that room for a night, and they didn't quite believe us when I was like, "No, we only need it for one night, I promise, and then we'll be out of your hair and done." So big thanks to them for that, and big thanks to so that necklace that was worn by Carissa was actually specially made for the short. I'm from Indiana originally, and somebody named Betsy Springer back home heard about our idea, and she was like, she runs a jewelry business, and was like, "Do you mind if I make that?" So that was really a really special thing to include for us.
And Matt, anyone you want to mention?
She mentioned exactly the same people I was going to mention. I wanted to do a huge shout out to Maggiano's, the restaurant, for letting us use their upstairs venue. The sound, she was amazing, Alex. And I guess, it goes without saying the cast, the majority of them went from working on Y&R that day to coming over to Maggiano's after their work day and continued to work, and were just upbeat, energetic, encouraging,
happy about the free wine.
yeah And of course, for Melinda, she's directed the last 2 shorts I've written, and I couldn't have asked for a better director. I mean, she's just, in my opinion, hit it out of the park and has done a spectacular job doing it.
Absolutely. Well, it was a pleasure. Yeah, I was going to ask, did everyone get did you buy everyone a big meal at Maggiano's?
So
Big glass of wine.
glass of wine. Everybody was also encouraged to obviously be patrons before we went upstairs. But yes, that was probably the funniest part. All of the wine involved in that short is very, very real. So Christian LeBlanc had to carry it very, very carefully over to the table, and having him balance it was watching him balance it was a lot of fun.
That's one of the advantages, I guess, of it being a 4-hour shoot. 8-hour shoot, you can't allow the wine to kick in.
No.
Yeah, it was. We really kind of everything aligned pretty correctly. That allowed for a really great shoot on all fronts.
Well, it's a delightful movie. It's really fun. Gotta love a romantic comedy that actually has two winning couples. I actually think that the two self-centered people are going to have a longer relationship than your leads, but it's really
sometimes
fun
it works out
film.
that way. Yeah.
I love having it in the festival, and thank you both for submitting it and being a part of Sherman Oaks 2020.
Well,
Thanks for letting us be a part of the festival.
Yeah,
really,
exactly.
we're thrilled. We're ecstatic. Thank you so much.
I'm looking forward to seeing more.
Thank you.
Thank you. Looking forward to making more.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right. It was a pleasure. I got to hit
Likewise.
stop recording now.
Same here.
Yeah.